Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check another builds and tips, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So today specifically we're gonna be talking about one very niche mechanic that has just, well, not recently, like with the appearance of Worm Knight became more viable, and that's gonna be instant death. As far as I know, the only supporter that provides instant death is Yukina. And what exactly is instant death? Well, as the name suggests, you're going to be eliminating one enemy. But obviously, to balance this, there's a clause that says bosses and playable characters are immune to instant death, but do take damage. So, when you use the active of this supporter, you have a 60% chance to eliminate mobs or other notable enemies that do not count as bosses, but, it also deals damage to the ones that do count as bosses. This is not going to work on Arena because it says playable characters, guys, but it's going to work on VR, on Time of 5 VR. So let's test it very quickly. You may see this team and you're saying, JC, what are you doing? Worm Knight has immunity to debuffs. Why are you using Oboro? I mean, yes, we can use Oboro, but there's a period of time in the battle where Oboro isn't optimal, and that's when Lina is alive. But what if we just eliminate Lina? What we're going to be doing here is that we're going to use Phantasma. Phantasma can bypass that immunity with her passive, her leader skill, and that's why we're using Gal Lilim to gain a little bit of defense. I'm going to control Phantasma, and I'm going to be next to Ingrid so that I inflict a debuff and I can reduce the damage coming from her. Then I'm going to use Yukina, of course, to increase my damage, but also to just eliminate Lina when she appears. Have a chance to eliminate Lina. So, important highlights here. There's a 42 seconds cooldown on this active, which is pretty quick. I love that this is actually usable. But not only that, I already have most of the awakening skills, and of course I have the leadership max out, which means I get a 10% cooldown reduction for my supporter. And on top of that, I'm also using Aoi. Aoi is a very particular supporter that provides a 10% cooldown while also giving another great effect in melee damage reduction. There's other options in the game that affect cooldown. For example, we have Haru. You can go with Haru, of course. That's a 20% cooldown reduction. And there was another one, but it was SR. I think it was red. Let's see. Reduce the cooldown of the support skill by 20%. So yes, I could actually change Gal Lilim. I might. I will. Why not? I'll just do this. And okay. I'll give it like 10 levels so that it is a little bit tankier and I can abuse the cooldown increase. And it is perfect because it's red and it matches the colors. If you use Haru, you would go with a mixed build, and that can work with some characters, but Phantasma wants to be pure red. So, just two more. I prefer that it fails on the lower levels, but I need it to work. Oh god, well. Oh, well, it is good enough. It is good enough. Phantasma is tanky. Besides, we have the damage reduction over here, so that will work. In any case, we're using Crunching Fear as HP recovery, Succubus Whisper to increase the DPS of the other characters, and Phantasmal Mirror in case I need to get away from the enemy. For weapons, we're using Golden Sphere, but it is a whatever weapon because we're not using Clinging Nightmare. So basically, this is a bit stick. And this one, who is also a bit stick, and it's 5 out of 5. Both 5 out of 5. This one plus 15, this one plus 13. Anti-human wind Magatamas. The supporter you already see. The stats of the customs. The stats from the stat training. And let's check the other ones. Oboro. Oboro is going to provide control, obviously. It's super important because we're going to bypass the immunity by just eliminating Lina quickly. This is chance-based, remember, this is chance-based. So not always will this work, but we have a very short cooldown, especially with all the cooldown reduction that we're applying here. Then, Skullface, 3 out of 5, plus 12. Unidentified deviation X, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5 plus 11. Anti-human Earth Magatames, whatever Magatames. Taimanin Art Claw, Wicked Slasher, and Hypnosis Heal. Taimanin Art Claw just so that the character doesn't have to use another animation, but Blooming Carnage is good, Flash Step is good, like, Oboro's skills are, for the most part, good. Let's see. Then, Yamato Susune, we are not using a healer, so we want healing capabilities, and that's why we use Susune. Besides, we're gonna be abusing the damage increase, the mind control, so we want that damage increase. We also have Momochi Nagi, just because she wants to be a little bit tankier while the enemy is able to move. And Nanasemai, Kung Fu Nanasemai, to increase the healing while also increasing the damage. Yeah, this one is not important, but helpful. If you want to change it for God Lilim, that's fine. Then, stats of the customs, stats of the stat training, and lastly we have Momochi Nagi. Momochi Nagi, well, why do we use her? Because we're gonna use Su. This shouldn't be a thing, but we're using Yukina. So, we're using Su to prolong the duration of mind control. Then we're using New Year Felicia to have absurd damage. But, if you don't have this, you can use Arabella, and that's fine. There's also the option of going with Haruka if you want damage reduction. Yeah, that's fine. Then we're gonna use Kurenai, Massacre Kurenai. I could change Kurenai, let me see. But Kurenai is a viable option here because this character is going to have healing. And she's going to be able to just take more hits when she gets her HP depleted. But I guess I'll use Haruka instead. Yeah, I'll use Haruka. More F2P. Well, this is not F2P. These two are not exactly F2P, but it goes with the strategy. We want to abuse the debuffs, since we're going to be able to kill Lina instantly. Then stats of the customs, stats from the stat training. Weapon, I'm going to be using Tatari Katana, which does enhance the gameplay by increasing the damage of the basic attacks. But you can change this for whatever weapon. And the PvP Amber weapon, 5 out of 5 plus 10, 5 out of 5 plus 15. Anti-human water Magatama. Water is important because we're going to do a lot of basics. Whatever Magatamas. Talking about basics, we're going to use Mirage Strike. We're going to use also Storm Dance to get HP recovery. And Moonshade. So, basically that's it, guys. Super important, don't spam the active of Yukina at the beginning. You want to wait. I mean, you could, but you want to wait for the first Ingrid form to just disappear. And I have been using my skills terribly. Don't do it like myself. God. Anyways, we skip and we use the active. And did it die? No, it did. It did. Good. Well, it's a 60%. So basically, the enemy is dead. As simple as that. They cannot unfreeze. I mean, It is wrong of me to abuse so many debuffs, but it doesn't matter. Come on, come on. As you can see, this is the easiest way to defeat Worm Knight. Just be sure to use your Yukina. But this is chance based. That's why we want so much cooldown reduction, to be able to spam the skin. Let's do it again. And let's talk a little bit about other scenarios where this is useful. For example, against Queen Kanaloa, this is very useful. The Queen Kanaloa mobs are kind of thick, tanky, and you can just eliminate them super quickly and just focus Queen Kanaloa. It is not necessary to eliminate them like Lina, but you can, which is nice. Okay, let's see. I get closer and instant death, and it didn't die. Excellent. Just to show the other scenario. But we have an 18-second cooldown over there, almost done. Well, this is not the best example because I want it to be higher on the steps so that we could actually take advantage of this, because Lina becomes super tanky as well as Ingrid, and just the ability to eliminate Lina instantly, it is amazing. Now, Oborum, do your thing. There. Yeah, I don't know. I think the target is too small. And I don't usually use the circle skill, by the way. Let's see. Like that. There. There we go. So there's gonna be a point where the enemy is gonna be too bulky. And the ability to just have a chance to remove her immunity, a 60% chance to destroy Lina and eliminate her debuff immunity, is just amazing. And that's why I recommend you using Yukina. Uh, as I mentioned, you can use this on the stage for Queen Ganaloa. And also, another good target for this would be... what's the name? Of course, Tower, but... I mean, Tower, you can tackle it however you like. And LWS Squad. LWS Squad, because of the fact that it has a ton of mobs and then can become a little bit annoying, just a little bit annoying, not like super annoying. Okay. And Lina is alive. Yeah, it is not guaranteed, guys. And right now, Lina dies before I use the second cast of the active, but we are on step 60, 63 or something. So if we go higher, it would take more and more time for me to actually do that, so that I can focus Lina and then finish off Ingrid. So that's why it's useful, and that's why it's important to use this strategy if possible, so that you don't have to deal with that and you just get to step 100 quick. Because it is very easy to do this fight if Ingrid becomes vulnerable to debuffs, as you can see. So yeah, you can also go for full damage, but this is kind of the thing that you can do with this character. And let's test it on tower. Let's test it on step 100. I'm thinking with who? Who likes to go red? No, Suno. She doesn't have HP recovery. Let's go with... No. Oh yeah. This is super fun. I love using red lapis. It is just the funniest thing ever. So yeah, we're gonna. Oh, oh. Okay. I have to do this first. Where is she? Oh, no, here she is. I remove this. I remove her, and then I do this. And now we're gonna use kind of yeah, basically the same build, the same build. So we use where is Yukina? Yukina, there, and then we use Aoi, and lastly that SR supporter, which is going to help us reduce the cooldown. Perfect, very good. Let's check the time. Yeah, we have time because the game is going to close in a minute. And in, I guess like in 12 hours, I'll do the review for the update. Just keep that in mind. I don't think I can wait for it tonight, so that's something. And now we have this. We have weapons with crit, and let's see, moral boost, because moral boost is the funniest thing in red. Then gem support, because we want the HP recovery. Increase the HP. Super armor. Reduce enemy damage. Yeah. And skydance. Yeah, basically this. Perfect. Nice. So let's check in a normal stage. Well, in a stage with mobs, multiple normal mobs, how this would work. Let's see. What was the command? Ah, hold attack. There we go. Why is she so strong or I am so weak? I don't know. There. And as you can see, the cooldown is pretty fast. Let's use it. And 24 seconds. With all the things I have, it's 24 seconds. Which is pretty good. But most importantly, you want to use this with enemies that are like sub-bosses but do not count as such. It is just going to help you out tremendously. There. Active. Where are you, Edwin? I don't see Edwin. Oh, really, Edwin? Take this. Yeah, I love using moral boost as a damage skill. It is just the silliest thing ever. I use the active and okay, nice. Yeah, not the best damage, but I mean I don't have damaging supporter. That's basically why. She could shred this stage, but I only have Yukina. Oh no! I have to be careful so that I don't recover his HP. I can use the ultimate against Edwin specifically. Because I can just clear part of the wave with Yukina. And I go closer, and let's see who dies when I use this. So. No one. Nice. Well, it's RNG, guys, remember. Sometimes enemies will die, sometimes enemies won't die. And besides, I'm not sure. Maybe Oboro and Ingrid actually count as bosses, because they do. No, wait, but Lina doesn't count as a boss. So I didn't hit that 60% twice. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, nice. One less. And Edwin. And I also use the active. Now. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, it is not as fast as if I had full damaging supporters. But the idea is that we check how useful it can be to just rely on insta-kill. And I'll admit, in these stages, probably it's very niche and not worth using. But a chance to just trivialize the Worm Knight battle, which is one of the most difficult VRs that we have, is definitely worth considering doing this kind of build specifically for this. I advise that you don't use it that much on normal content unless you're overwhelmed. That would be the only exception. So, let me know in the comments if you already knew this interaction. Let me know if you would like to use it. If you have any other comments, I'll read them. And if you have any other questions, you may ask. So, that's gonna be it for today, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye! Bye!